Hey there, Paden Pelicans. It's Miss Bauer here with your next Makerspace challenge. So this month we're going to be looking at becoming animators and exploring animation by making simple flipbooks. Many of you guys have seen flipbooks before. It's basically just any kind of booklet where you can draw a lot of different pictures that can create an animation. Here's a flipbook that I made with just a Post-it notepad. And here's a flipbook made with index cards and a binder clip. And here's a flipbook made with just a piece of paper. And it's just a piece of paper with two drawings. When flipped quickly, it looks like an animation. Your challenge is, can you make a flipbook with these three different items? You'll have a piece of paper to make a simple 2-page animation. So try that first. Second, try to make a flipbook with Post-it notes. And then finally, make a longer animation or a movie with some index cards. Like everything in Makerspace, you always need to plan, make, and improve. So for this, you might want to start with your piece of paper and maybe plan what would make a great animation on a 2-page animation. So we know that we're going to draw on the inside paper, and then we're going to trace over it, but make it a slight change in the action of whatever happens. So maybe take that moment to think about what would be kind of an easy thing to show in an animation. Maybe a mouth opening and closing, eyes opening and closing, maybe someone going from standing to sitting, maybe a ball bouncing, or someone making a basket. So maybe think of a few ideas that would maybe translate well to an animation like this. So here's an example. Here I drew a picture of someone kind of like looking happy, and their body is kind of in the middle of an action. Maybe they're kind of like dancing around. But then I traced over it and made them not dancing. They kind of look a little sad too. But when you flip it really quickly, you'll kind of get the sensation of they were bored, but then they decided to dance. So plan out what you want your idea to be first and put it on paper. Next, I want you to take your simple Post-it notes, and I want you to maybe make like a bouncing ball or some sort of animation with this. Now, one of the tricks for making flipbooks is usually you can start in the back of the book, because in that way you can, every additional page can lay over the last thing you drew, and you can kind of trace it, but not exactly in the same spot, just a little spot different. So if I look at this flipbook closely, if I look at the very last page, I drew a dot, and then I flipped the page and I traced another dot over it, but slightly different place. And I kept on doing the same thing. And I think with this one, I kind of made the dot grow. So I made the dot a little bit bigger and move to a different spot every time, but very gradual, until by the time you flipbook it, it's like it grew and flew off the page. So always kind of, allow yourself to have like ability to trace. And same thing with this. Now these cards are a little bit thicker, so you're going to need some sort of light source to be able to see and trace your designs as you go. I think using a phone or a tablet or even your computer screen could put a light on it, underneath it. You could even use maybe like a window. If you go to like a nice window and stick your card there and put the other card, it's easier to trace. I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with. Make sure you share on your Flipgrid and with your teachers. Until next time, Paden Pelicans.